chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there, the place I collectively want you all to get to is where you're unfazed and unbothered by the narcissist that was involved in your life. You're unfazed, you're unbothered, you're at indifference, you don't care. Okay? And there's a strategic way that you can get to this place. But what may be occurring in your mind now, for example, is you might be questioning, why did this have to happen to you? You might be thinking of things like perhaps trying to fix the relationship or things like that. Okay? But like, for example, if you're thinking, why did this happen to you? What you need to come to the point of is you expect no better from a person like that. The person who you've realized they are, the narcissist involved in your life, who you've realized they are, you expect no better from that. You got to understand that, like, being a part of someone's life like that, this is the type of shit that they do, okay? The gaslighting, okay? The manipulation, the smearing, all of this bullshit that they do, okay? This is what you expect. This is what you expect from them. That's why they had to make you believe that they wasn't that, okay? You was also up against a person that was deliberately trying to make you not see them for what they really are, okay? And the main reason why they're in your mind so much is because what you thought was true, and then when you're faced with the reality of what it is, it can have a very traumatic effect on your mind, all right? So what you're going through, thinking about them, ruminating about them, it's a natural process, all right? It's a natural process. You've also got to give it. You've also got to give some. You've also got to think about the soul ties that are also included, especially if this was a romantic partner and you were intimate with them. You can have soul ties anyway in friendships and stuff like that and family, but you can also have soul ties in romantic relationships, and it's a bit more intense if you've been intimate. This is just a theory, but perhaps this soul tie that keeps you attached to them, that's why it's best to make a declaration to God or the universe or just whatever you believe in. Like, just bear witness to, like, you're detaching from them. You know, imagine a cord between the two of you and you're cutting it and you're releasing them. You see what I mean? Like, you got to come to terms and accept that the relationship's over. That's crucial. That's going to eliminate the thoughts about in your mind about repairing the relationship. If buts and maybes and all that. If you're accepting that it's over, you've released them, then you're going to go through the process and they're still going to be in your mind, okay? A lot of people choose the quick fix. The quick fix is rushing into a new relationship, meeting someone new, and that distracts your mind. And yes, it certainly will distract your mind. It will distract your mind. But then you're going to get the wave of feeling like the narcissist was perhaps better than this person, okay? Because you're very conditioned to the narcissist specifically. So this person that comes into your life, you're not going to really, you like, I've spoken to people in sessions and they've moved on very quickly. They didn't realize they're in a narcissistic abusive relationship as such, but they moved on very quickly after the breakup, and they actually broke down, like, around the person. They broke down, you see. Yeah, they just broke down. This is the effect it can have on you, okay? And this is why I would suggest not to rush too soon. What I want you to do is go through the process, okay? You're going through a detox. This was someone that love bombed you so much, right? They love bombed you a lot, and at the same time they were trying to cut you down, All right, so it's a confliction of emotions, conflicting emotions. All right, that you have inside yourself. Okay, but if you go through the process and you accept the relationship's over, and you just start taking every day as it comes, right? Start to change your mindset. See that, like, something, a core belief that you should have is this has actually happened for your benefit. All right? If you're believing that the ending of the relationship has happened for your benefit, and you trust in that, even if it's ever so faint, okay, that knowing or awareness that this has happened for the best of you, even if you've got 1,000,001 things telling you why it's not happened for the best for you, but you've got a part of your mind that thinks that this has happened for the best, you'll gain a lot of ground with that. Okay, that will start to take precedent over the rest of these thoughts. Okay, the thoughts of feeling like, why did this happen? You didn't deserve it. And that's the fact of the matter. You didn't deserve to go through what you've gone through, but it's happened. Okay, but just if you can accept that the relationship is over, you don't want to fix it. All right, you don't want them back around you. All right, then you're gonna be well on your way to being unbothered and unfazed, because that's what's got to occur first. Okay, think about it. This thought process where you're getting triggered. Okay, at the moment, this thought process where perhaps you think things and you get triggered, or you get emotional, or you get upset, or you get like this. These thoughts are still gonna arise, but you're gonna be unbothered. That's what's gonna happen when you go through the process. You go through the detox. Take your time out. Doesn't matter how long you take time out. I'm not trying to scare you now or make you worried, but sometimes you may even have to take years out. Okay? A year, a couple of years, a few years. You might have to take that out to recuperate yourself. And like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? Like, you've been in a really traumatic relationship that people don't go through, or people don't even wake up to the fact they're in an abusive relationship. You've woken up to it. Take some downtime. Take some time away for yourself. Okay? Start focusing on other things. What were things that you couldn't do? All right? When you start doing the things that you couldn't do around the narcissist that was involved in your life, for example, it could have been working in a particular job or a career, or it could have been going to a particular destination, okay? Or whatever it can be. There's loads of things that you couldn't do when you was around a narcissist. And I'm not talking about going around and sleeping with loads of people, okay? I mean, like, what were the things that you couldn't do career-wise, in your life, in your everyday life, and that, like, them sort of things, like, whatever it was, you see what I mean? Whatever it was that you couldn't do. They might have, like, got irritated if you, I don't know, done something during the day. I don't know, like, you used to go for a coffee and they used to get irritated about it because you used to go and get a coffee, and now you can go and get that coffee every day and chill out at the coffee shop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving examples, but there's things that you can do, and what will happen through the process is you're gonna start doing these things. Other things are gonna arise in your life where you start doing these things now. You start going to places, you start doing things, you follow a career path, you go back to school, you go back to university, you do something that you would have not necessarily done if the narcissist was involved in your life. And this is when you'll start to see, this is the proofs and the evidences, okay? Like I said, have the awareness and the knowing that this has happened for your benefit. Now you're actually seeing things in your life, real things, that you can see this is happening for your benefit. There's no way on earth this would have happened had the narcissist been in your life. And that's when you'll start to see that this is like, they'll become more distant from you. You see, as you're doing these things. All right. The main thing that keeps you stuck, the main thing that keeps you stuck, okay, is looking on the social media, doing tit for tat on the social media, okay, doing tit for tat on the social media, like they're posting something, you're posting something back in correspondence, or perhaps they're communicating to you through fake profiles, these sorts of things, right? You need to detach, really detach, all right? Like, I can't emphasize enough how much you need to detach for your healing to work. But like I said, this might just be part of your process. If you are one of those people that's still looking on the social media, or you are one of those people that's posting things to trigger them, and they're posting things to trigger you, and you're in this little tit for tat, whatever. Don't mean little tit for tat, but you're in this kind of situation. Maybe that's just your process. So don't worry too much if you are doing that, okay? Like, you're gonna go through a natural detox where you get to the place where you're just unfazed by them. There's no reason to look on their social media. There's no reason to talk to them. You're sickened by them. If this is a romantic relationship, you get thoughts of intimacy and they make you feel sick. They make you feel repulsed. Like, ugh. Like, that's what you want to be heading towards. You see what I mean? Alright? So you're all going to collectively get there. And I'm telling you, dark days don't last forever. They're not going to last forever. But all I'm saying is if you take the route of meeting someone new, which many victims of narcissistic abuse do, they meet someone new. The problem is there's so many narcissists. And the main reason why I think this occurs, the awakening of narcissistic abuse, is so you don't get tied in another relationship with another narcissist. And there's just so many. So this is why, like, it's vital that you actually take your time and carefully select. When you're talking about having a friend around you or a partner, really, you've got to select very, very carefully. Okay? Look at all this shit that people talk these days. I don't know if you've seen it. There's a lot of toxic femininity, toxic masculinity, toxic fucking... I don't even know if toxic was the right word, but I'm trying to say, like, there's certain things that people say that a person has to be for them to be in a relationship with them, and this and that. Like, you've got the real source. You know what I'm saying? You've got the real source of what a person should be and shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've got the real deal, okay, of who someone should be in your life and who they shouldn't be. And there's absolutely no reason on earth that you settle for anything less than that now. All right? I want you to carefully select. Okay? Very carefully. This could mean going on dates with people and having to tell them you're not interested. Or just getting out quietly. This could mean meeting friends and pulling away and not hanging out with those friends no more. This is what it's going to have to mean. You're going to have to become very, very selective about who you give your time to. Because you've given so much of yourself towards this individual. And that's why I say sometimes it can take a matter of years. It's like, if you're in a dark place, you're upset, you're ruminating constantly, being with someone new is not going to fix you. It's not going to fix you. You'll be in that new situationship, if it's a relationship or whatever, a romantic relationship, you'll be in bed with that person thinking about the narcissist. It's messed up. You will. That's what will happen. Okay? If you take your time out, you carefully select, you navigate past, like, this is what I'm saying is, this is things that you're focusing on in your life other than the narcissist. So whether that's like I said, the career things, doing things that you wouldn't have done if the narcissist is present, being selective about who you give your time to, you're changing your approach. Naturally, what's going to happen is this narcissist is going to fade and fade and fade and fade from your mind, to the point when you're unbothered and unfazed, and you actually laugh at them. They could have hurt you in the worst possible way, but you would just laugh at them, you know. And then you think to yourself, like, oh God, like, even if you saw them on the street, you probably couldn't even laugh at them because it would give them supply. Like, you'll be in that place where you're just done with them, and that's what you got to head towards. But like I said, with the social media, looking on the social media, trying to fix the relationship, not letting go. The main ingredient is accepting it's over. If you can tell yourself it's over, it's done. You go through the emotions for that. You go through the right emotions for it being over. You're not filling yourself with fantasies, telling yourself that you're gonna get back together or anything like that. Okay. Some of you are gonna heal quick. Okay. Some of you are gonna take some time longer. It's all dependent upon you. All right. It's all different, dependent upon the experience and the abuse that you went through. Some of these narcissists are very covert. They cause a lot of destruction and chaos in your own life. So it can take a little time to heal, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking the right time out now. Okay? There's really nothing wrong with that. Look at what not being conscious got you in the situation of the narcissist in the first place. Right? Let's say hopefully now, if you take this advice and you be selective about who you let into your life, you see any red flags, you see anything from anyone, you get out of it quickly, so quickly, immediately. You got to get out of it immediately. That's what it's got to be. So you're all going to get to that place. I promise you, you'll all get to that place when the narcissist, these thoughts that seem so important now, and like they're be all end all, like, these are gonna fade. You're just going through a detox. All right, so please take the 2 bits of advice. Don't try and talk to them anymore. It's not 1 month, 2 months, 3. It's a lifestyle. You're not talking to them anymore. You're not looking on their social media anymore, and you get through every day. If it means training yourself so you don't look on their social media for an hour, then you don't look on their social media for half a day, then you don't look on their social media for a whole day, and you go through a literal detox of not looking on their social media, then it has to be done that way. All right. And many of you that reach out, I see it in the comment section all the time, many of you that break no contact and reach out to the narcissist later think that was pointless. Because a narcissist will lie. A narcissist will tell you they're in a new relationship, and even if they're not. A narcissist just wants to hurt your feelings. A narcissist just wants to make you feel unworthy. Okay? So, there's no point talking to them. That's what you've got to really get into your mind. Like, there's literally no point having a conversation with them. So I promise you, you're all going to go through the course, a natural process. If you take this advice, you don't rush on too quickly. You don't rush on too quickly. You don't look on their social media. You start focusing on things that you wouldn't have happened in your life had the narcissist been around. and you go through the process, you go through the detox, you'll get to that place when you're unfazed, you're at indifference, you couldn't care less about the narcissist. This is when they start to pop up, and then you got to be strong enough to stay away from them again. Okay? So anyway, thank you for watching today. If you'd like to donate or support the channel, you can always find the link in the description box below. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, the link is in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.